Hey everyone, this is Ashley with Publish with Ashley. Make sure to check out my website. There's lots of cool freebies and different things, and I have a course if you're just getting started with creating low content books and publishing on Amazon. My website is publishwithashley.podia.com. You can check it out in one of the links below. All right, and also remember to like and subscribe to my Facebook channel, or to my Facebook channel, to my YouTube channel, and I also have a Facebook channel that you'll see in a Facebook group you'll see in the notes below. All right, so with all that over with, let's talk about Pinterest. I know you guys have been saying, oh, I want to do ads on Pinterest. Okay, so the first note about Pinterest is, yeah, you can definitely just do some pins and pin your stuff. But if you really want to make a go of creating a brand and using Pinterest to truly drive like a lot of traffic, it is going to take work. I heard it referred to as a marathon instead of a sprint. Pinterest is definitely a marathon type event. You want to consistently pin and do it's like with any social media site, you have to consistently add to it. The difference with Pinterest, it is more of a search engine than the social aspect of social media, and that's why I really like Pinterest. I love Pinterest because it's very visual, and I'm a very visual person, and so I actually love Pinterest to use. It's as far as social media goes, it is my favorite social media site, though it's not exactly all that social, which is probably one of the reasons I enjoy it. But I like that visual aspect. I like when I'm looking for something to find something visual. So for me, it's great. And there's a lot of people who are like me who like that visual aspect of collecting and organizing data with a visual component within boards and things like that. All right, so let's talk about Pinterest. The first one in this series, if you haven't seen, is you need to open a business account. So on my last video, I opened this business account with It's Totally New Outdoor Camping Fun. Now, here's something someone asked me about. Can you use your own personal account? And yes, if you Google, how to change your business account or your personal account to a Pinterest account, there's some directions, but there's also, if you want to create, and just my Pinterest account is like a total it's like my brain, which is completely disorganized. So if I wouldn't really personally share that to the world as far as a business, because they just wonder. But if you're more organized, then maybe you can do that. But if there's like boards you want to copy, you can do that and you can copy those in. So I'm going to try and copy some of my boards. So we'll see how this works. I have not tried this, but I do have some camping stuff. You can see I am just a total spaz and everything is all over the place and it's just crazy. So I swear I have some camping, a camping one or something about camping, since this is a particular, and that's true. Oh, here it is. Here's my camping one, which doesn't actually have all camping stuff in it. So, So I'm going to do this board. It only has 60, but I'm going to click it. I guess you can click several. Is there any others? You want to use ones that are relevant to your audience. Maybe food and emergency storage. People who are into camping might be into that as well. And is there anything else that I think? A lot of people say that you should have your Ninja Foodie and your crock pot. So I'm going to click those 3 boards. Because in your business account, you want to do not just camping, but things that your audience would be interested in. So we're going to hit next and see what happens. So I am going to copy those. It says something went wrong. All right, so apparently I'm not going to show you that portion, but apparently you can just click. Let's try it again though. Let's see. I'm not going to show you that because currently it is not working. So hopefully it'll do better for you, but I just want to show you this. So I'm just going to hit no thanks. And we're going to move on to the next part. So someone did ask me, do you want to can you change a personal account? Yes, there are ways. Google that. I haven't done it myself. I don't want to change mine, so I don't want to try it to test it out and show you, but there are Google. And so the next part of this, I wanted to show you how to research and create some pins. So one of the first things you want to do is look for, it's like anything with low content books, you need keywords, right? So look at basically just start typing in. So here, camping, right? Camping meals, camping hacks, camping food, camping essentials, camping food ideas. Okay, so right here are keywords that are of interest to my particular audience. I would actually probably make every single one of these a board. So we're looking for keywords and we're also looking ideas for our boards. You want to eventually build out 10 boards with at least 10 pins each, but you want to continually add pins daily to all of your boards. But these are great ideas: camping meals, camping hacks, camping food, maybe camping snacks, camping essentials, camping outfit, maybe hiking trails. That might be, I know it's not specifically camping, but people who camp hike generally, right? So hiking trails might be another board. So these are all things that were great that I would write down all these words and probably make these boards. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so we're going to use, I'm just going to do 3 real quick. We're going to do camping meals, camping hacks, and camping essentials or something like that. So let's do those. So I'm going to start by creating a pin. All right, how do we create a pin? We're going to go over and I want to show you a few ways to create pins with your books. The thing is, you want to create boards and you want to add your books from your low content books that would make sense within these boards. So maybe, camping essentials, right? That might be a great one, or camping checklist might be a great place to add your camping journal or something like that. If you have a whole line of camping products, checklists, that sort of thing, you could definitely add those to those type of boards. So what I have created is in Canva. We're going to go over to Canva because I know you guys like Canva and it's a free tool. You can use PowerPoint, you can use all sorts of things to create these. So what you're going to do is you're going to create a design. You're going to use custom dimensions and you want your dimensions to be 3 by 2. So you're going to do like a width of 2,000 and a height of 3,000 because you want them tall and skinny. Okay, I'm going to create that. Now what I want to do is you want to create, like, you could just pin your items directly from Amazon and to your Pinterest account, and yeah, definitely do that, but they tend to be a square result, or they just tend to show your book cover, so that's not necessarily the best advertisement in Pinterest. It doesn't catch people's eye. So what you want to do is you want to create a pin. So I have already, let's pick some sort of background to add here. Maybe we'll do something like wood, like a wood background, just to have something, you know, woodsy. Oh, this might be, no, that's pro. We're going to try and find something free. All right, this is free. We're going to use this. I'm actually going to turn it around. That's not very straight, is it? All right, if I can get that straight. Okay, there we go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a few ways to do this. First, I'm just going to upload. I have this, you know, mock. That's funny. It's going to click the whole thing. So I don't want it to click the whole thing. So let's try it again. There we go. It's decided to turn it. Good question as to why it's doing that. Never mind. We're going to try and go back. There we go. And we're going to go to elements, just so I think it's trying to drop it in as a background. I'm not sure. This is a disaster. There we go. I will add my background in later. All right. sometimes things are just interesting and they don't want to work with you. So we're just going to go and we're going to send that backward. There we go. All right. I'm not sure why things are being weird, but here we go. So we have our Ultimate Backpackers Camping Journal, right? And you want to do a few things. If you want to brand it. So if you have a website, you can, and you want to use, if you have brand colors or things like that, you want to use those. So I'm going to create some of these like that. I'm going to do another one up top here. It'll kind of cover those white spaces. Maybe like that. Down. Okay. So I might move this around a little bit. We'll see. Actually, I might put it right here when I'm finished. All right. And I might make this a little bigger. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my website. So I'm going to insert some text here. Wow. We're just going to add a heading. I'll probably make that a little smaller. Probably maybe a bit bigger. We'll see. All right. Okay. I'm going to add my web page here. I don't have a web page. I'm just making this up. Outdoor. What did I? Camping adventure.com. So this isn't an actual website that I have. I'm just showing you as an example. I guess I have a space there I've got to fix. There. And I want to make it big enough, but everything you do for pins that are yours, you want to brand them in some way. If you have a logo, use a logo. If you don't have that website, you can just use a logo. Or if you have a website, put your website on the bottom. And then you want to add a little text up here and say, since this is about a backpacking camping journal, you want to kind of capture the eye. You and avid, did I spell that right? No, I didn't. Avid backpacker. You don't want to watch me spell packer. Sorry, I am the worst speller. All right, so you want to do some sort of, call, like something that grabs people's attention. Are you an avid backpacker? Well, yes, I am, right? Then you're going to add some sort of, call to action here, or something that grabs people's attention. What I suggest actually is go on Pinterest and look at the pins that start to capture your attention. That's actually one of the best ways to do this, is see what kind of things they say, or what captures your attention, what would make you stop. Look at, the colors, look at the templates, and see what captures your attention, and then try and replicate that form. Obviously you're not going to copy the exact words if you're doing backpacking and the pins you like are about, food preparation or something, but you're going to use the same style so that you can kind of still capture people's attention. So are you an avid backpacker? And then you want to have some sort of benefit they'll get out of it, or a call to action. Then, grab this backpackers camping journal today, right? Something like that. And make it look a little prettier. I'm gonna kind of go like that. I think I'm gonna change my font a little bit. You want to make your fonts consistent and kind of brand your fonts. I would not say Open Sans is the prettiest font, so you could go through and change all the fonts. This might be a little bit better font. Let's see. I got to get the whole thing. Aviana Black. And I'm going to open this Or maybe what I'll do is this. You know, fiddle with it with your words. And go like this. Okay. And I might make this a little wider. Yeah, I like that better. And I'll center it now. Something like that. Okay. So you get the idea. You create some sort of pin. And what you want to do is you want to create a few, at least like 3 versions of this. Okay, so change it around, you know, maybe, you want to probably keep your logo or your website all at the bottom. So maybe keep that the same, but change up the words. You can change up how this looks. Maybe you add a few pages. So what I've done is sometimes I've taken this and then I've tilted it a little bit, and then I've copied some of my pages and put pages in here, and then I move this text so it makes it fit. And then do a different call to action. You know, love camping, or are you a tent camper, or something like that, or are you an outback enthusiast, or something like that. You know, some sort of call to action or attention getter that your audience would be interested in. Something else I wanted to show you that's kind of cool, because this doesn't really convey that it's a book. So I wanted to show you something else that's kind of cool that I have done. Okay, so we're going to go over here to this DIY book design. It's called DIYbookdesigns.com, and it's like /3D mockups. And so this is super cool. This is really, really cool. So what you're going to do is you're going to do step 1, which is choose a 3D mockup. We're going to do a single pick, and I like, actually for this, I tend to like this one because I like it to show the most of my cover. And if you add one of these with a spine, then you actually have to spine, and that's just more effort. So I just picked this one because it shows it's a book, and it's pretty cool. So I picked that. Now I'm going to go to next, and now I'm going to browse and upload a file. So I'm going to, find a file. Here's the file, and I'm going to open it and hit upload. It sometimes takes a minute. All right, so there's that, and I'm going to hit next, and then I get to download it as a PNG or JPEG. I'm going to download it as a PNG. This is super cool. So it's downloading. It takes a minute or so, and then what I can do is I can go into Canva, and instead of this one, I've got to go over and upload. So I'm going to upload a video or image. I'm going to do it from my device. Okay, and there's the other one, and this dropped in because it finished downloading, and I'm going to open. It's going to download. Look how cool that is. It's like a little book. Isn't it cool? So you got to like wait for it to finish, but it looks like, pretty legitimate, right? It looks like a book. And it's just not going to drop in for me today, is it? Maybe if it wants to drop this in. I don't know why it wants to do this. I might have to just redo my background again. It just wants to drop it. It wants to like redo my, I don't know why. It shouldn't do this, but apparently I'm having one of those days where it doesn't want to. So let's just go back to that wood background. Okay. Those are all pro. I don't want pro ones. Here's a recently used one. Okay, I don't want to fiddle with it. I'm just going to do a color behind it instead of the wood background. Okay. I'm going to send it back. Okay, position, send to the back. Okay, there it is. Sorry, You got to see the drama. But you know what? Even if you've used this program a million times, things just go weird sometimes. And I haven't used Canva in a little bit. I do use it, but it's been I don't know, a month or two since I've used it last. But there you go. You can have a different kind of, so it looks like a book. And this one I probably would I would actually put some pages, put this over to the side, do a few sample pages, and move where I'm going to do this. But for how this is set up, this is probably the best way to go right now. You can maybe even make it a little bigger, and you can have that underneath it. But I kind of like it showing all by itself, so I might make it a little smaller, something like that. Okay, so that's some ways to make some pins. All right, so now I'm going to download this pin, or download this picture so I can have it as a pin. And I'm just going to do it as a JPEG. That's perfectly fine. You've got to wait till it all the way downloads. And now I'm going to upload that picture. All right, I refreshed my page, and you're going to laugh because remember I tried to import those and they wouldn't import? Well, they did import. It just, I don't know, was weird. So, live and learn. All right, so now I want to create a pin. So I'm going to click, that actually is your pin code, so that's kind of cool. I'm going to create a pin, right? We talked about that. So hit create a pin, and you're going to drop your file in. All right, so here's my file. And now I want to, remember that Pinterest is an SEO. It's about being an SEO. So you're going to actually want to make sure that your title has something about what it's about. So, ultimate backpacker. Wow. Packer journal. Okay. You really don't want to watch me type. Ultimate Backpacker's Journal and Diary. You just look for words that you're thinking that your audience would be interested in. And some of that is based on your research from doing low content books. Some of that's probably research from just, plugging into words into Pinterest and see what come up. Now, this is also an SEO. So you want to tell people about the pin. So you kind of want to, have, maybe use some of your description from what you've put on KDP. And you want to kind of use keywords that your audience would be interested in, because this is searchable. This is a searchable keyword. So let's see what we want to say. We want to say, this is the excuse me, ultimate camping journal for any serious backpacker, no matter if you love the trails or going into the unknown outback, then this is a place to record your journey into the wilderness and outdoors. Okay, right. Or, you can see some of the features that are in it. If there's a camper's checklist or whatever the features are, you can kind of mention those features, and that might also be keyword rich, right? A place to write we saw that camping food was a keyword rich type thing. So maybe that's something. Then you would add the link to where this is. I am not going to add a link because I don't have one, for this particular, I just made this up. You can also hit publish at a later date. This might be important because if a lot of the audiences are looking at Pinterest around 8 p.m. on Eastern time. So you might want to you want to see when your audience is, but a lot of the time that's on Pinterest is like 8 Eastern. And so you could put, 8 p.m. Eastern to publish it, or you could publish it immediately. It just depends on what you want to do. Oh, another thing I didn't. You can put hashtags. They're kind of new on Pinterest and maybe iffy, but, camping journal, camping adventure, maybe. Camping adventure, maybe camping planning. See what keywords might be relevant to your audience, and you would just type it in. Camping planning might be another good one too. So you can add those to the end, and then you just you want to pick a board. I have those 2 boards that were created, but you could also create a board. Remember we talked about the different boards. So this might be under camping essentials, right? Maybe you need your journal. So we are going to create a board, camping essentials, right? That sounds like a good one. And then you don't want to keep this board secret. Leave the dates, and you're going to create. Okay, and now it's in that board, and I'm gonna publish it to that board. Now, something you're gonna wanna do also, remember it's everything in Pinterest, it's SEO, right? It's all about search engine optimization. So I had just created this pin or this board. And so what I'm gonna wanna do is I'm gonna wanna hit this edit here. Sorry, cancel. You can edit, actually, that's a good thing. You can edit, so say I forgot my website, I forgot something. You can go back and fix it, no big deal. But what I want to do is you have to hit this one, edit board, okay? And now you want to optimize this for your SEO, right? So all the keywords and things you're looking for, you want to describe what's going to be in this board using sentences, but that they have keywords, right? And then you want to pick a board cover. So I'm just going to pick this one because it's fine, and then we're going to make it so you can see like that part of it. And so I would optimize that and hit done. And so that's kind of how to do pins. What you want to do, let me go back here, is add to your pins and see, you just kind of want to keep adding to your boards and adding pins to each board on a daily basis. Like I said, with this one, you're going to want to create several different templates for the same, product, but you're going to want to say different things. You want to look a little different. You want them to maybe target a little bit different keywords or audience, or that's something that, and this one's the backpacker's journal, but maybe you, instead of that backpacker, you target the person who's into, off-road adventures or something like that. Somebody who, does backpacking, but maybe the keywords are more like outback or off-road or off-trail or something like that. That would be another way to use the same product, and you want to have several pins with your products, but that you're targeting slightly different audiences. And then you can fill your boards, because the best way Pinterest knows to show your stuff to people is by continually adding pins. So that's why I say Pinterest is a marathon, not a sprint. You've got to, if you're going to do this, and do it right, you can just throw your stuff on Pinterest and, cross your fingers and hope it works. And I did that in the beginning, and I have to say, lackluster results, actually no results. But this time around, I'm going through and doing it the right way. I'm optimizing my boards. I'm optimizing my keywords. I'm trying to at least add something to my Pinterest account every single day. The goal is to add, somewhere between 20 and 50 pins. Don't add more than 50 pins because Pinterest just doesn't worry. It doesn't do it about it. It doesn't care. Like if you add more than 50, it's not extra. It's not better. Probably the ideal is like 30. But you know, if you just add a few pins every day, that's something. My goal is somewhere between 10 and 20 a day. And I add my products. I'm going to show you how to do a video in one of the next ones, that you can add a video of your product that kind of makes it a little flashy. I'm going to show you a few ways to do that. But just start with the basics. Create a pin, create one of these, and create some boards and start adding things. You know, in the beginning, it's going to take a while, so don't expect overnight results. It's a marathon. But if you're willing to do this, I think it is a fantastic way to build a brand, right? You can always put your website on there on the bottom so that people can go to it. And even if they just see your pin and don't click on the pin, they might remember your website. So that's a good way to bring brand awareness. It's a good way to get people to your site. And get kind of knowing who you are. Okay, I hope this was helpful. I'm sorry I had technical difficulties with Canva and apparently one with Pinterest, but it seemed to all work out. So thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.